And we're live, folks, back with a new live. And the title says it all. I'm gonna wait for you guys to get up in here. So, as you guys get up in here, I was gonna say spiritual attacks, different ways you can get them. Like they basically different ways that they play out, and how you can overcome them. Things like that. So, yeah, as I'm about to start, hope everyone's doing great. Hope everybody is doing amazing. Because I know, hopefully this helps somebody. Because I know people go through different spiritual attacks, I would say. I'd say it's spiritual attacks. You had to know, first you had to know what spirits are. Spirits are just fields of energy that float through, the different dimensions. Spirits are interdimensional and they're extra dimensional. So, and there's different vibrations that you have to understand towards energy, frequency, and vibration. So if there's lower vibrational energy going around, that's quote unquote demonic energy. So this is where you get attacked. This is where some people may become possessed. You can become possessed by angels and demons. I'm going to break that down too. I might as well break down possession as well while we're going on to that. So demonic possession is possession where someone is out of it. Somebody is out of it and they're acting out in their lower nature characteristics, which is basically lower energy vibrations. So acting out in things that cause desires, cause lust, causes violence, anger, apathy, guilt, things like that. Then you have angelic vibrations, which is angels is just a mispronunciation of angles. Angels are high, angles are light. So and light is information, thoughts, and ideas. So light coming from a high vibration and angle is considered an angel. Then you have archangels, higher arcs in angles and measurement. So with that being said, those are the different possessions. So if someone is possessed by an angel, they will have the ability to act out in higher vibrational characteristics and bring different perspectives from a high point of view. Now, with that being said, going into spiritual attacks come from different realms of you can get attacked mentally, you can get attacked emotionally, you can get attacked physically. So, how to point out? So, what can I say? They can play out in different ways. It doesn't have to be necessarily you having a nightmare or something, you having sleep paralysis. They can be played out through other people as well. So I'm going to break down the first sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is when a spirit hovers over you in the middle of the night. So I can only speak from my experience. I had experience with sleep paralysis in ways where I was dreaming. You can like through lucid dreams or things like that, where a spirit comes up over you. You're usually laying on your back when you're going through sleep paralysis, or in my case at least, where a spirit hovers over you and they can look like something ridiculous or crazy, like a demon or like some skeleton face looking thing. They can hover over you and push down on you to keep you trapped and paralyzed. They push down on your chest. It's like you can't move, you can't escape. They push down on your chest. It's kind of hard for you to breathe. It's kind of hard for you to move around. And, the way you can break out of that is to realize that, okay, it's just a dream. Once you start lucid dream, like, oh, this is a dream, get this thing up off me. Because the way I got over sleep paralysis is the fact that I got mad. And I just broke myself out instantly. It's about taking control and taking your power back over these lower vibrational entities, aka demons, and just breaking out of that trance. And then there's others that spiritual attacks can come through anxiety. They can come through fear as well, because these are like mental capabilities. And also I'm gonna break down how you can get attacked by spirits through smoking, through drinking, doing edibles, and doing like popping pills, things like that, because these are what expands and allows you to enter into the spiritual gateway, basically. So going on, they can attack through anxiety. They can attack when you're in lower states of vibration, when you're in a vibration of guilt, a vibration of apathy, a vibration of fear. These are what you consider, lower vibrational energies and or like demonic energies that promote these type of feelings. Hold on, I can pull it up. I can pull up the vibrational frequency chart, so you guys can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. Frequency chart. Ooh. But yeah, and also they can be played out through your family, through events, and hold on, my bad, y'all. If I take a little long vibrational frequency chart, it's like, all right, here we go. All right, there we go. Hopefully this has a description. Let me pull this up. All right, bet. This is the vibrational frequency chart right here. So this is the vibrational. So these would be all considered lower vibrations. So feeling shame, feeling guilt, feeling apathy, feeling grief, feeling fear, feeling desire, having anger and being prideful. So this is what it breaks down. So when you feel shame, it comes through being miserable, being humiliated, having guilt, like you start having victimhood or you start blaming others. Apathy, when you feel helpless and hopeless. Excuse me. You have grief, which is sadness, regret, and depression. You have fear, which is worry and anxiety. You have desire, which is greed and insatiability. You have anger, which causes hate, and aggression, which is a moving energy. And then you have pride, when you can become dependent on external events or external conditions, as that says. So, these are all ways you can act out when, being attacked spiritually. Like, this is not no hocus pocus, hoodoo type thing that may always happen. You can start acting out as a demon in a way that, you start expressing some of these emotions or things that happen into your life that carry out in this way, because people have this connotation of angels and demons as angels being these high angelic winged people floating around through the sky, and demons being these creatures or monsters that are underground and things like that. No, it's just frequencies and vibrations that are going on. And like I said, they can attack you mentally through anxiety, through fear. They can attack you emotionally, causing, anxiety attacks, fear, panic attacks. Like another form of anxiety would be anger attack, like rage attacks. So you might act out, you might lose control of your psyche. You might lose control, or you might zone out and lose, get overwhelmed in emotions, get overwhelmed in these different types of feelings. So with that being said, it's kind of something that's latching onto you. This is why I was talking about parasitic energy before, vampire-like energy, parasitic, not paras, leech-like energy that comes on, latches onto your spirit and drains it, drains the energy about you. There's people that have this type of energy to them. So think about someone who is always complaining about something, someone who's always putting themselves into a victimhood state, a victim-minded type of thinking. So say someone just gets their heart broken, and then it turns into months, it turns into days, weeks of them trashing the opposite sex or whoever broke their heart. So saying that these people aren't this, these people aren't that. Oh, I'm gonna be single forever. Oh, I'm gonna be lonely forever. So things like that. They're carrying an energy that they don't know they possess at this moment. So this turns them into a leech. This turns them into a parasite, because they're projecting this negative energy out, this victimhood energy out that causes people to be like, are you okay? Or it makes people gravitate towards this person trying to help them. And before they realize that this person does not want their help, they just want to stay in this victimhood type of mindset. You try to reach out to this person. You do your best that you can. But after a point when it's not working and they just keep, using you and using you to drain your energy and they're aware of what they're doing, that's when they become a vampire. They latch onto your spirit and your energy just to drain that. Because there's a lot of people that have, you know, leeches, parasites, vampires, and their friend circle, their families, things like that. And how do you overcome a lot of this stuff? Cancel. My bad. I didn't mean to invite you. But yeah, I was trying to click on the camera. I guess it hit. Whatever. So these are ways that you can overcome, I'm gonna say demonic attacks or spiritual attacks. Staying in a vibration of being neutral or having a love frequency. So courage, empowering yourself, making your life exciting. Neutrality, expressing positive energy and positive, energy and bringing inner confidence. Willingness, being oh, hold on. Let's exit out of that. Bringing success into your life, growth at a rapid pace, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, enlightenment, things like that. I broke this chart down, I think last year. But yeah, so, right here. These are destructive like energies. So if you're getting attacked, it's causing destruction in, I don't know what that word says, but getting out of it, expanding yourself, making a creative type energy. But these are destructive energies that are latching onto you through people, places, and things. Having attachments that may cause addiction, obsession. Having certain attachments to something that is outside of you that will cause addiction, obsession is a form of an attack on yourself, basically. First, you got to take accountability. You're attacking yourself. But for certain things that you cannot control, that can be seen as an attack. So I'm going to expand on how you can get attacked through smoking. You're going to get attacked through alcohol, drinking, things like that, doing edibles, popping pills. So smoking expands your thoughts. So when you smoke, this is why a lot of people, they can do a lot of creative things when they start smoking because their mind is starting to expand. They're expanding on your thoughts. And, a lot of this stuff is chemicalized anyway. But with that being said, getting high expands on your thoughts. And, getting high affects people in different ways. Hey, how you doing? So with that being said, once you open your mind up to these portals and gateways, if you're smoking in a low vibrational frequency, then I become so artistic. Yeah. I'm like, if you're in a high vibration, you can become very artistic. You can become very creative. But if it's in a lower vibration, if you're smoking in a lower vibration, spirits can attack you in different ways. You can start becoming paranoid. You can start developing anxiety attacks, things like that. These are demons that are, I'm going to say demons in the necessarily meaning that these are lower vibrational thought patterns, since it's expanding your mind and things like that. Next, alcohol. Alcohol comes from the Sanskrit word algul and alcohol. So it means body eating or flesh eating spirit. And alcohol expands on your emotions. So, say for example, if you drink in a high vibration, you're probably gonna become the life of the party. You're gonna be dancing, you're gonna be singing, things like that. You're gonna be having a blast, having a good time. If you're drinking and you get drunk in a low vibration, you say I'm angry. If I'm angry and I start drinking and I start getting drunk, I might cause a fight. I might become super aggressive. I might cut somebody out, things like that. Or if I'm drinking when I'm sad or, maybe depressed or something, people might start crying. You can cry in high vibrations too as well. If somebody's overly excited or overly happy when they drink, they might start crying too. But there's certain and different things that happens when you start drinking and smoking. And then edibles and popping pills, those are just physical effects on your body anyway. So you may get attacked physically, things like that. So with that being said, and staying in a high vibration or getting out of a lower vibration, you have to understand how chakras work as well too. I did a whole presentation yesterday. Go check it out if you haven't on how we connect to the universe using uh, our chakras and everything. So chakras, understanding your chakras is vital too, because some of your chakras may be inactive. Some of your chakras may be calcified, like your pineal gland or your root chakra. So the 7 chakras on your body: your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and your crown chakra. These are all chakras or gateways that can get you out of your different vibrations. So, or they may affect you when they're not active. So if your root chakra isn't active, your root chakra is where your private parts are. So I'm gonna just say private parts. So your root chakra is where your private parts are. Your root chakra can become deactivated when you're lacking sex or sexual desires, things like that, or you're in a state of being in survival mode, or you're living in your reptilian part of your brain, your lower part of the brain. Now, you can have that become, or it can become deactive when you're overly indulged in the need for survival, or you're overly indulged into sexual desires and sexual pleasures. Now, with that being said, how you can activate that root chakra again is having a healthy balance of sexual desires, or having like, okay, I'm here, I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna get along and survive through all this while not having to worry or stress out. So stress can cause your chakras to deactivate. Stress can cause so many different attacks on you as well, because once you make yourself vulnerable, attacks happen through, or you come into contact with spirits when you're alone. All this stuff happens when you're alone most of the time, because that's when you're most vulnerable. You're most vulnerable when you're asleep, and you're most vulnerable when you're alone in solitude. That's when you come into contact with spirits. How do I know? Because I know this myself. I've experienced this stuff myself. Also, I've heard from other people's experiences. A lot of us have went through sleep paralysis. I've heard stories of people being scared of being in sleep paralysis. I was angry when I was in sleep paralysis, but that's something different. I've had, moments where spirits will use me as a vessel to, it's kind of crazy. Kind of choked myself out, but yeah, it's just weird. But you can, that's something kind of different. But with that being said, they come to you when, like I said before, you're by yourself, when you're vulnerable. That's because I have different clear senses. I have clairvoyance. I have clairsentient. Is it sentience? What's the clairaudience? Because I can receive message. I can talk. I can communicate with spirits. I can naturally channel spirits, which I'm about to start teaching anyway. I get visions because the third eye and all that, and things like that. But with that being said, did I get off topic? Did I get off topic? No, I didn't. But you can get attacked in so many different ways. What else? What did I want? I lost my train of thought on something. Golly. Because I just got done talking about the smoking, drinking, drugs, alcohol, all sorts of other things. Now, how can you overcome another? Oh, I was talking about the chakras. All right, so the sacral chakra. Sometimes y'all gotta stay with me. The sacral chakra is the creative energy chakra. So it's right above your private parts on the lower of your belly button. Then you have the solar plexus chakra, which is another creative, chakra. I kind of forgot about the sacral chakra in a bit. But then you have your heart chakra. Your heart chakra is what keeps you grounded, basically. It's like your middle self. It's what keeps you grounded, and it's what keeps you connected to the earth and things around you. The heart chakra is the most powerful chakra in your body. If that's not active, then you basically lose your soul. Next, you have your throat chakra, which helps you express, which helps you, communicate effectively, just like I'm doing now in my throat chakra right now. Your third eye chakra, it gives you insight. This is what helps you receive messages visually through your gut, things like that. And your crown chakra is what can allows you to access basically the heavens, the God consciousness. Basically, is what keeps you enlightened, and it's where you can become powerful and you can manifest, and it keeps you at peace and it can bring joy. Ooh, things like that. Excuse me. Now, going on and how you can, what happens when they're deactivated. So, solar plexus and sacral chakra. Your creativity and your creativity can be affected while if they're calcified or deactivated. Your heart chakra, this is where all your emotions and empathy comes from. If your throat chakra is deactivated, you might become, limited in your expression and your communication. You may become affected in a way where it's hard for you to express and communicate your emotions, your thoughts, and your ideas. So, with that being said, you might be attacked in a way where speech is hard for you, I would say, or communication is hard for you. If your third eye is calcified, not only does that affect the neuromelanin that goes to your brain and affects your psychic abilities, or it keeps you in a state where you act out in your animalistic natures or things like that, your lower self. That's what happens when you calcify your pineal gland. You're unable to receive insight from different spirits. You're unable to receive insight and guidance from the universe, things like that. And then if your crown chakra, it's taking you out of the God conscious. Because once you go from your higher self, even if you're in your neutral self, it's something, it's different, transcendence and different energies that are attached to your higher and your lower self. So, if you're acting out on your lower self, you may act out in ways that bring shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, and pride. If you're in your middle ground self, your heart chakra, this can bring courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, and reason. And if you're in your higher self, you promote love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. So, this is what happens. These are different levels of consciousness and different levels of your standings. And one more thing I should bring up before I might just get up off here. Before I get up off here, once you stop thinking, once you stop feeling, once you stop being, that's when you leave yourself vulnerable to spiritual attacks. Why is that? Because there's entities that latch on and possess people that lack certain things. If you lack emotion, you lack feeling, things like that, then you become soulless. And you can be taken over by an entity that is soulless already. And there's a bunch of soulless entities that are roaming, the planet anyway, that are connected to these higher dimensions anyway, and they bring nothing but chaos and destruction. So what's an example of these soulless beings that are walking the planet today? Look at all the people that are getting accused of these pedophilic crimes. Why the hashtag Save Our Children is going around? That's because a lot of entities that are soulless are in power, and they were taken over and are hybrids of these entities that have no soul. Versus someone who is joyful and happy. You might receive messages, you might be connected to higher spirits. Someone that lacks thought or logic, someone that may be overly emotional, can get attached and have a spirit that a vampire-like spirit attached to them. What else? Because they're so overly emotional, they bring down the energies and the emotions of other people. So that's another thing. But yeah, with that being said, I hope I wasn't rambling too much. This is because I did this without a presentation. So with that being said, these are different spiritual attacks. Just to wrap things up, spirits can attack you emotionally, mentally, physically. There's some other things that affect your emotions, your thoughts, your ideas, and your physical being, which is drugs and alcohol. When new spirits come to you, mostly when you're alone and when you're vulnerable. So when you're asleep, when you're struggling with what's going on. You're isolating yourself. You're in solidarity, such as, if you're like depressed or something, when you have anxiety, when you're living in fear, this is when uh, entities come and attach themselves onto you. So with that being said, hope you guys learned something. I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.